Hey everyone! Welcome back to English with Emron. Ever wondered how some people speak English so smoothly? Today I'm going to show you how to sound like a native speaker. Whether you're learning for work, travel, or just for fun, these tips will elevate your English. Ready to sound fluent and natural? Let's get started. The first step to sounding like a native speaker is mastering intonation, the natural rise and fall of your voice. Think of it like the melody of a song. A flat monotone makes any song boring, right? The same goes for speaking. Native speakers don't speak in a flat tone. Their voice moves up and down depending on the context and emotion. For example, in a question like, "Are you coming?" Notice how the tone rises at the end. This rising intonation signals a question. Now try saying it with a flat tone. Hear the difference? The intonation makes it sound more natural and engaging. Pay attention to how native speakers use intonation in everyday conversations. Listen to podcasts, watch movies, or even just eavesdrop on conversations around you. Focus on the musicality of their speech. Record yourself speaking and then listen back. Are you using a variety of tones, or is your voice flat? Practice makes perfect, so keep listening and imitating. Mastering intonation is crucial for conveying meaning and emotion. Native speakers love contractions. They're like shortcuts to fluency. Instead of saying, "I am going to the store," they'll say, "I'm gonna go to the store." These small changes, "I'm" instead of "I am," and "gonna" instead of "going to," are what make English sound more natural and less robotic. This natural flow of words is called connected speech. Think of it like linking words together in a smooth, unbroken chain. When you combine words and reduce sounds, your speech becomes more fluid and less choppy. Let's break down another example. Instead of saying "do not worry," a native speaker would likely say "don't worry." The contraction "don't" not only saves time but also makes the sentence sound more casual and conversational. Connected speech is all about blending sounds together. Practice using contractions and connected speech in your everyday conversations. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. Another fantastic way to speak like a native is by using common idioms and expressions. These colorful phrases add flavor to your language and make you sound more authentic. Think of them as the spices in a delicious dish. For example, instead of saying "I'm really tired," a native speaker might say "I'm beat," or "I'm worn out," or even "I'm dog-tired." These expressions not only help you sound more natural, but also show that you understand cultural nuances in the language. Idioms can be tricky because their meaning isn't always obvious from the individual words. For instance, "It's raining cats and dogs" doesn't literally mean felines and canines are falling from the sky. It simply means it's raining very heavily. Learning idioms is like unlocking secret codes to the English language. Start by learning a few common idioms and try using them in your conversations. Make it a game. Challenge yourself to learn a new idiom every day and see how quickly your vocabulary expands. Chapter 4. Unlock the power of phrasal verbs. Emron phrasal verbs are essential for sounding like a native English speaker. These dynamic combinations of verbs and prepositions can seem confusing at first, but they're incredibly common in everyday conversations. Instead of saying "I will cancel the meeting," you can say "I'll call off the meeting." Or instead of saying "I will postpone the meeting," you could say "I'll put off the meeting." See how much more natural those sound? Phrasal verbs add a level of fluency and sophistication to your speech. They're like secret handshakes that signal you're in the know. Mastering them is key to unlocking true fluency. Think of common examples like "give up," which means to stop trying, "put off," which means to postpone, and "take out," which can mean to remove something or to invite someone on a date. Start by learning a few common ones and gradually incorporate them into your speech. Chapter 5. Use fillers naturally. Emron. Filler words like "and" are often sprinkled throughout conversations by native speakers. While you don't want to overuse them, they can actually help your speech sound more natural and less rehearsed. Think about it. When you're speaking spontaneously, you don't always have the perfect words lined up perfectly in your head. Fillers give you a moment to think and gather your thoughts. They're like little pauses that make your speech flow more smoothly. For instance, "I think it's like a great idea" sounds more conversational than a formal, perfectly structured statement. These fillers add a touch of realism and spontaneity to your speech. They make you sound more human and less like a robot. However, be mindful of overusing fillers. Too many ums and likes can make you sound hesitant or unsure of yourself. The key is to use them strategically and sparingly, just like native speakers do. Chapter 6. Listen, imitate, and learn. Emran. One of the most effective ways to speak like a native is by how native speakers talk. Think of it like learning a song by ear. You listen carefully to the melody, the rhythm, and the lyrics, and then you try to reproduce them yourself. Watch English movies, TV shows, or YouTube videos, and pay close attention to how native speakers pronounce words, phrase sentences, and use intonation. Focus not just on what they're saying, but how they're saying it. Listen to the rhythm and flow of their speech. Repeating phrases out loud exactly as you hear them is a powerful technique. This helps you practice not only pronunciation but also rhythm, intonation, and connected speech. It's like shadowing a native speaker. Choose a short scene from a movie or TV show and try to imitate the actor's speech as closely as possible. The more you listen and imitate, the more natural your speech will become. Chapter 7. Project Confidence and Relax. Emran. Finally, sounding like a native isn't just about the words you use, it's about how you say them. Confidence is key. Native speakers often sound relaxed and natural because they're not overthinking every word. They're simply expressing themselves. When you speak, don't worry too much about making mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. The important thing is to keep practicing and to focus on communicating your message clearly. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. At first you might be wobbly and unsure of yourself, but with practice, you become more confident and comfortable, and eventually, you don't even have to think about it. Relax your muscles, take a deep breath, and speak naturally. The more comfortable you are, the more fluent you'll sound. Outro. Keep practicing. Emran, now you've got 7 powerful tips to help you speak English like a native. Remember, it's all about practice and patience. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for more language learning tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Outro music fades in with a call to action overlay. Subscribe for more, along with social media handles.